I was always unsure about what I wanted to do when I grew up. All I knew was that I loved my family with a fierce passion, devoted a large amount of my time to reading, and preferred living a simple life full of dancing, singing, and laughing. But as I continued to grow up, people told me to get serious and that I needed a goal. I needed to decide at the end of this road what I wanted to commit myself to, and that terrified me. There was no way I would be able to commit myself to one thing. I was still on the road of discovery, learning more about myself each and every day. And with every day came a new decision, a choice to make, and a change. Luckily, I was used to change. I was fortunate enough to grow up as a military child who constantly moved, living in places like Hawaii, California, and Japan. It was difficult moving from place to place since I was so shy and struggled to make any friends. Rather than playing with others, I would often sit in the corner of a room, content with reading alone. But at the same time, it was great to become more aware of the world around me. Throughout my life, people brought up the idea of me potentially becoming a writer, since I spent so much time reading and writing in my spare time. I would often jot down ideas in a notebook that I kept with me for stories and draw inspiration from what I read. At one point, I sincerely considered this and continued on in life with this sticking in the back of my mind. But in reality, I knew that my writing skills weren't entirely up to par. If I really did want to write, I knew I would have to be better than good. I needed to be great, exceptional, or even out of this world. That's when my confidence plummeted. Before she passed away, I would confide in my grandma, sharing only with her my thoughts because I felt that nobody else would understand. Just like me, she loved to read and would bring me with her to the public library every weekend. Our relationship grew stronger that way, and we became inseparable. She became the person I relied on the most. Whenever I would bring up my problem, she stood by my side and listened when I felt that I was losing hope. She constantly reminded me that it was okay to not know, and that the answer would come to me at the right time. After she died, I continued to search for that right time. Would I find it at school? Maybe traveling in a different country? Or perhaps when meeting someone new? I didn't know when this would be and felt as if I was moving on in life, but remained stagnant at the same time. Then I began to wonder, how could I possibly connect my love for reading with a potential job in the future? I knew that I loved reading, but what could I make out of that? Thankfully, I had English teachers in high school who shared the same passion for reading and sharing it with others like I did. If I did not have them, I honestly do not believe I would have been brave enough to finalize my decision. Their drive, determination, and passion encouraged me to follow in their footsteps. If it weren't for them, I feel that I would still be lost, unsure of where I want to go. One quote that sticks with me when I think about my high school teachers is that the best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. I feel that my English teachers embody this quote and use it in their teaching and continue to this day. You can tell that they enjoy showing the paths that are available, but they don't want to navigate them for their own students. In the future, I hope to show students that same compassion, respect, and guidance my teachers gave me in high school. They showed me that the journey and adventures you find yourself on are one of the best parts of living. I carried this way with me into my college career. Now I feel that I've really found what I'm passionate about and truly care for. I travel more often now, looking for new ways to draw inspiration from my own life and build connections with what I read in hopes that I may bring it to the classroom and develop closer relationships with my students in the same way my teachers did. Now, when I look back, I'm thankful for my teachers, family, and everyone who has supported me along the way, who have made me confident and sure in my decision of becoming a teacher. When I first step in that classroom and begin teaching, I want to instill the same inspiration in my own students that my teachers did for me.